There's more buttons. You're on the air. Ah, okay. I'm over there. I'm over there. Hey, what's up, guys? Anybody in the house? Come on, I see two freaks on there. Say hello. Oh, I scared one off. Yeah, I just figured last minute. Let me do a quick live stream. See if anybody comes, says hi. Welcome to the program. I usually play a song. Let's see if I can actually do that. Oh, I don't know if this will work. Hmm. Testing, testing. Okay, that works. Cancellation is off. All right. Let's see. Kenny! Ken, can you hear the song? I don't know. No one's seen them. Hopefully they're fine. It's still nice to light a candle for them. No, I don't hear it. Shit. Huh. But you hear me? That's right. Still no, Ken? All right, well, if you can't hear it, then why am I playing it? How you doing, Ken? You still selling cars? If so, how's that going these days? Reading something about a lot of people are in debt up to their eyeballs. Car debts. Like, should they be surprised? They got to keep going out and getting a new, more expensive car every couple of years. Live with a payment, a car payment for your whole life, like it's a freaking mortgage. Tropical Tim. Hey Tim, welcome, buddy. How you doing? Been slow, huh? Well, I don't know if you know. I don't even know if I said this, but I'm retired now because well, I got fired. I got fired last July. It's almost been a freaking year now. I can't even believe it. You know, And sometimes people will be like, "Well, what do you do with your time? What do you do with yourself?" And the truth is, whatever the fuck I want, that's what I do, and I love it. Nah, I just been staying healthy. I do a lot of walking. I'm a freaking walker now, and I exercise and eat healthy. I'm trying to fix years of damage to myself. Takes time. Doesn't happen overnight. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to start traveling pretty extensively. Yeah. Uh, oh, you don't really have to highlight it anymore because it's on the screen already. Did you get unemployment? Yeah, I got actually what the company did, Tim, was they gave me 3 full months severance with an insurance. They paid me full for 3 months without having to work, and then I was able to file for unemployment, and it's just about run out. But it's good. Yeah, I had no problem claiming it. They didn't fight it, and see, I don't like excuses, but when the company decided to take all the work in house, because we used to use a third party company that knew what they were doing, but they said, nah, we don't need your expertise to that company. So they brought it in house, and it's a disaster. It can't compete. So that's what happened after 24 years of being able to sell the services. That's because we used the other company and they had everything available. You know, when they switched that out, and they basically like tied both my hands behind my back and said, "Go out and sell. Go sell shit and sell it for more money." Hey, Maureen, how you doing? Good to see you. That's why once in a while I'll just pop on a live stream just to see old friends. Don't really expect anyone else randomly to show up. So, Tim, you're still in the Philippines now, I believe. And Ken, I think you've been back and forth a couple times. How are things going? I think I'm gonna go to Southeast Asia this year, but I'm gonna be going to. Well, the whole thing was I wanted to go to Thailand, and I didn't realize this, but you can't get a direct flight from New York City to Thailand. So I either have to go to Korea or Japan. So I think I'm gonna go to Japan. Oh yes, let me introduce you to Ken Unger. Meet Maureen. Get to know each other. I think you'd be a good couple. Um, so yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go to Japan, maybe stay there like a week, and then head over to Thailand, maybe for a month or two. Now that I can do that, 8 years now. That's crazy, man. Mr. Tim, welcome to the program, Tim. How are you this morning over there? Here it's an early evening. I figured I'd do this live stream early because I'm gonna binge watch Squid Games later. Season three's out, but I went back and watched the first season, and now I'm like almost done with the second. Then I'll get to the new episodes. I'm like saving it, because it's over. It should be over. I didn't like the second season, even though that's what I'm in the middle now, because it didn't go nowhere. It was like Back to the Future, episode 2. It's just not complete without the ending. Leave it high and dry. So yeah, that's what's been going on. Now, what I expected to happen was men would show up, right? So we got the men. I mean, Maureen's a cool chick, so she can hang out with us. Now, guys, this is important. I'm doing this. I'm going to tell you this information to save your balls. Okay? Here, exhibit one, boxer briefs, right? Right? They look nice. And they're a very nice looking boxer brief. By the way, did you know? I didn't know this. I just learned this recently. I upside down. You see the pineapples? I know it's like acid, but right. So this is warriors and scholars underwear, right? Do not buy this. Why? Because there's no place for your junk. All right. So stay away from this brand. I wasted money on this. The brand you want to buy, and believe me, your balls will thank you if you buy this next brand. And you'll thank me. Your balls will thank you, and you'll thank me. Okay, here it is. Bamboo Cool. Bamboo Cool underwear. You fuck. Okay? Bamboo Cool. Maureen, it's made from 97% bamboo. This underwear is the best. Get this. Thank me next time you see me. Bamboo Cool underwear. Link in the description. Put JGBK20 to receive 20% off your first purchase. Some may think you look better with those drawers off. You mean on rather than off. And you would be correct. You'd 100% be right. But yeah, it's just, Tim. I got two Tims, Tim and Ken. You fucking remember growing up and they would give you, your parents would buy you tidy whities or something. Why was there never any room for the junk? Why was it? I mean, it's basically girls' panties. There's no room for the junk. Go buy fucking panties at the ladies' store. There's got to be a placeholder for that. Tim, I am working on the sponsorship. I'm working on it. But I really, really, really love this product. And if you have balls, give them a try. Like I said, they'll thank you and you'll thank me. JGBK 20 on the link below. You buy them on Amazon. They're excellent. Best friggin' underwear I've ever owned, and I want to rave about it. See, it's important for us men to discuss stuff, When we find men products, stuff that's really good, we got to let each other know. Otherwise, what's the secret? Talk, share what works. I'm thinking I actually want to get rid of my cart. I can see that because I'm like trying to eliminate obstacles. I want to do slower travel. Not just vacations. I want to go check a place out for 1, 2, 3 months at a time. Eventually maybe find the one that I like the best. But maybe not. Yeah, you got to give it support, Ken. Especially the balls. Don't forget the balls. It's so comfortable. It's, what is it? 92% bamboo viscose and 8% spandex. It's wonderful. Yeah, Tim knew, right? Don't display the pineapples unless you are looking to hook up with swingers, right? So I bought this shirt. I have it in my closet, and it's a Hawaiian shirt. I figure one of these tropical destinations I go to would be nice. So I find out that what Tim just said right here, pineapples on shirts, clothes, doors, whatever, apparently means you're a swinger. So I got the freaking pineapple shirt. I'm dying to try it. I want to go to like a friggin' bar and wear my pineapple shirt and see if it really, like, if anything, if anybody approaches me about it. I'm gonna do a science experiment. Ever hear of UFM, underwear for men? They have a pouch built in for your junk. They're nice, stylish, but the waistband stretches out after a year or so. No, I never did hear of that brand, Tim. That's the thing, man. We gotta men gotta share this info. This is valuable information. I mean, a woman wouldn't give a shit about it, but we men do. I never heard of that brand. If that, I mean, that's a brand, right? Yeah, it's a brand. Not a good investment at $25 a pair, really. I'll try one out. I guess you got to buy at least two, right? But I'm so happy with these Bamboo Cool. I don't know what they cost. I think they're 10 to 15 a piece. And also, like, if you get a bigger pack, you get a deal. The last one I got, I love it. I got the pack of 7, and they have the days of the week on it, guys. So you don't have to even think. Just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's the underwear tells you can't screw it up. Just go commando. No. Civilized men wear their underwear. Unless, who knows, Tim? Maybe with my pineapple underwear, maybe I'll just go to that lifestyle, become a swinger. When doesn't like doesn't us swingers, right? Swingers. You have to be a couple, don't you? Because if you're a single guy, I mean, then you're just a single guy. And also, the other question I had about that lifestyle is, like, it's just heterosexual. I thought it was almost like what the hell is that? A wife swapping. Is that kind of like what swingers are? I don't know. I'm not involved in that industry. But I don't know. I don't think I'd be into that. I don't want to be in another room when stuff is going on with other men. Just kill the mood, won't it? But if you guys are into it, feel free. It's hard to go commando when you're more dragon than most hanging. Yeah, well, I can imagine, especially in the Philippines heat, right? I'll tell you, I've lost my superpower. When I was much bigger, when I was grotesquely fat, man, I would freaking melt in the heat. I hated the heat. I couldn't deal with the heat. Now, I can deal with it, and I'm not like I on purpose like go for walks in 100-degree weather, and I'll get a little bit sweaty, but before, man, if I look, we had like 4 days of 100 degrees. Then it went down to 75, and the 75 felt cold, and now it's back in the 80s. But when it was the 4 days in a row of 100 degrees, I made sure to go out and walk like 45 minutes every day. And I had a little sweat, but I wasn't like before, man, when I was big. If I walk like one block, if you saw me at the end of the block, you'd think I just stepped out of a shower. That's how much sweat was just pouring off of me. So yeah, wanted to talk about that. So I lost my superpowers with the heat, but like I said, now at least I can deal with the heat better. Don't mind me. This is water. I noticed that in the Philippines. Tim, I've lost 90. You know, sometimes it's 92 and sometimes it's 88. So let's just say 90. I actually have to go and get a checkup. It's been a while. I got to see what happens. See, this is important too because I've been off all meds. I used to be on like freaking 9 different medications, and this whole year I've been on zero, but I haven't been checked out. But I feel so good that I can't imagine that something would be wrong. But I want to do that before I start traveling, just to know in my head, okay, yeah, I'm healthy and I can do stuff. How you doing, Tim? I know you got into shape. I know you don't have as much to lose as I did, but I know you've been working out and stuff. How did I primarily lose the weight? Um, I changed my relationship with food and exercise. That's how I would put it. It's not a diet. I changed how I eat, and I still eat the shit I've always loved. I still eat pizza. I still eat Chinese food, but I'll have Chinese food once a month instead of once or twice a week. I don't eat fast food no more. I haven't had McDonald's in a year and a half. I only had like in the last year and a half. I think I've only had fast food once. It was KFC. I don't know why. It was never my favorite, but I wanted some freaking KFC and I got it. But that was like 6 months ago, and I'm never getting it again. Hey, Christian, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, well, here's the thing, guys. I had it in the back of my head. I'm saying, well, yeah, Tim, fucking fast food. Like always see on the news, it'll be like, oh, and the prices of McDonald's. I'm like, fucking people, you shouldn't even be eating that shit. And I used to eat it a lot. I was a field salesperson in Brooklyn, and I'm driving all around, no time, too many things to get done in a day. So what do? You go through the drive-through, you take home chicken nuggets, you get the Big Macs. That was me, 100%. I don't do that shit no more. You know. So anyway, the point is that I had it in my head for some reason, and it was very stupid. But this was my plan originally, was to try to get myself into shape when I retired. And then I'm like listening to people, and this one guy just like, what are you talking about? Don't wait till you retire. You start now, and you bring the habit with you. Don't try to go into another country. You want to bring a healthy habit. So I started big walker, man. I average. I can show you this. I'm about to average, because I got Fitbit. I'm like really close to averaging steps per day. What do you what would you think my average steps per day would be for the whole year? till, what is it, June 29th. It's 6 months. Perfect. Perfectly 6 months. So for the first 6 months of 2025, this is what I'm averaging. Can you see that? You can't see it. It says 17,962 steps a day. Almost 18,000 steps a day, but first year of 25. So that was the other side to the eating properly, Tim. 17.9, yep. 17,962 steps a day average for the whole year. So I'm keeping active, you know. But I mean, that's now like 10,000 steps to me is, first of all, it's too low for me. But the second thing is that it's like, to me, it's like breathing. You have to breathe. You got to eat. Do you think your medication had any issues with your weight? Oh yeah. If you mean the weight was causing me to need prescriptions, absolutely, Tim. I was diabetic. I've defeated diabetes now. High blood pressure, everything, everything out of whack. High triglycerides, A1C. I had a 12.9 A1C before I started this. Okay, so it was at critical mass. Like if I wasn't so obese, I probably would have never became diabetic. Now, even though I defeated diabetes and it doesn't, my numbers are so low, I don't have it. I still have half a foot. My right foot is numb through what's it called, neuropathy. Oh no, Tim, I can't. No, I can't blame any medications for the reason that I was that big. That was from well, poor eating and no exercise habits, not even walking. What I love about my Fitbit, I've had it for years, is that like I could go back and I mean, I used to do, it was pre-pandemic. I used to do without doing anything extra, like I wasn't even intentional about it. Just, my work had me running. It was like 7,000 to 8,000 steps. And then you can see when I went into the pandemic, I mean, I had 2 years of averaging 2,000 steps a day. When you combine that with the terrible eating habits that I was doing, that's why I got so big. Not a mystery. Poor eating habits and no self discipline whatsoever. That's how I got that big. But can't do nothing about that now. But I changed it, and now it's about healthy lifestyle. Because, like I said, I want to do all this slow traveling. I want to be able to do shit. I don't want to need a walker. I don't want to need a wheelchair. Now, if I needed those things, I would use them. But right now, I'm in a position where if I take care of myself, I'd be able to not need it. So yeah, Tim, I could I can't blame the medication. That was all me. It was all me then, and it's all me now. I wish I would have got to this point a little bit earlier in my life journey, but better late than never is how I see it. So what's going on with you guys? How you doing, Christian? It's been a while. How's Norway? Oh, that reminds me. I got I had done ancestry, the DNA. You spit in a cup and then you send it to them, and they tell you where you're from. And it's funny because I had gotten this a couple years ago, and they had they had told me the different countries that my ancestry came from. So it was like last year. So like 3 years after I initially signed up and paid, they sent me an update, and I'm saying, "What, my DNA changed?" But no, they say, um, "No, your DNA hasn't changed, but our information has." Supposedly it got more accurate. So I have new numbers. Do you know what the number one ancest- ancestral region I am from? And this put a smile on my face because I was not expecting it. It says 26% I am Southern Italy and Eastern Mediterranean. And then when I looked, it says Avellino in Italy. That's where my ancestry comes from. 26% Italiano. Huh? It could never be proven. You realize my mother would tell us, me, my brother, and sister, that we were Polish. And when I did the Ancestry.com, I was expecting to see Polish in there. And not only, I mean, there's no percentage of Polish. Consistent heavy sex without the air conditioner or fans in a tropical environment can help keep the weight off as well. I mean, sexercise is great, Tim. Sexercise. So it turns out I'm 26% Italian. Now, the next thing, the next highest is England. And then I have 22% English, 14% Irish, 9% Scottish. So if you add those up, you're looking at 36, 40, all right? Yeah, 45%. So 45, I'm 45% from the UK. Right? England, Ireland, and Scotland, 22, 14, and 9. That is a big one in there. I'm not even sure what it means. They're telling me I'm 20% Germanic Europe. 20% Germanic Europe. And then the last two things I am, and this will be, I think it's closer to, actually, Christian, it's close to Norway. I have 6% Denmark and 3% Swedish. I am Inga from Sweden. I thought you can only be classified. I can cook, Tim, and that's the one thing I can cook is Italian food. It made so much sense when I saw that I was 20. It's like a lifetime of eating pasta and meatballs and Italian sausage. Like, of course I'm Italian. How could I not be? Because originally it told me I was 10%. In the update, like I said, that happened 2 or 3 years later. They said, "Oh, you're 26% Italian." Like, no shit. Am I any part Chinese? Because I love Chinese food too. But no, it's interesting. I like that they do that. They go back and update you, and they didn't try to rip me off for another $60. They just provided the information. Come on, who's lurking in the background? You are a Heinz 57. Tim, if I was going to be any ketchup, that's the one I'd be. If you were a ketchup, which ketchup would you be? Hunt's. Heinz. Gotta have the Heinz. So what are you guys up to today? What's it, Monday morning there in the Philippines? I don't know about that, but I'm certainly a freaking European mutt. James Hardy's in the house. Welcome to the program. How you doing, James? Been a while. Oh yeah, for sure, Tim. You see, I was thinking about it, right? Because I was talking to a friend of mine I have in Amsterdam, and I was telling her the results because it used to say I was part of my ancestry was from the Netherlands, and then it changed, and that now it's not even on there anymore. But it's funny because like a lot of Europeans, well, some migrate from one country to the other, but like it's easier for them to know, what their ancestry is. Um, yeah, I never thought of that before. But like, if somebody, well, I don't know about Christian here, the Viking, but I don't know if all his family was born there, then he would just have one. What I'm trying to say is, I think it's America is you know well, unless you're a Native American, you're from somewhere else, right? So I think that's what I was trying to say. Americans, we're all mixed mutts. What do they say? Mutts make the best dogs, so they must make this the same people. Mutts. I'll oh shit, you're a referral. Guys, I dropped the link in the chat if anyone wants to pop up and say hi. It won't be long. I don't plan on doing very long, but the whole purpose of this was to say hi to old friends. So if anybody wants to pop up and say hello, feel free to join. If not, that's fine too. Yeah, friggin', I had a funny experience yesterday. Since I've been retired, I haven't even like considered like wanting to work. And when was it? Oh, today, right? Today, I was in a pot store, a weed and marijuana retail location, and I was making transacting in there, and I asked the girl that works there. I said, "Hey, if you work here, do you get free samples?" And she says, "Oh yeah, they want us to try everything, so we know how to sell it or recommend it to their customers." No, I was actually thinking, man, I take like a part time job, work 1 or 2 days in a weed store selling weed to people, and then I get all the free samples on top of that. Come on, what are you kidding me? That's great. If I'm there because I don't need the money, I just want to work and get the samples. Why not, man? I still might do that. That'd be fun. And I'll tell you something too about the stores. I was talking to my sister, right? I told her I was in the store. She's like, "Well, what kind of people are in there?" And I told my sister, I said, "Oh," and sister's name is Darling. Um, um, you know, what the hell was I just saying? I'm not even drunk or high. Oh, so I said, I might. Oh yeah, what kind of people are going in that store? And I told my sister, I said, middle-aged white men. That's who's in the weed store. It's not whatever stereotype you might have of people who go in there. There's a lot of white people. Tell us briefly about that loon running for mayor in New York. Which loon is that, Tim? I mean, everyone that's in that race is a fucking nut. You got Mario Cuomo, that piece of shit. You got the current mayor who says he's going to run an independent, who is taking bribes from the country of Turkey for some reason. Um, the Muslim guy, praise be to Allah, with that social. I mean, he openly runs as a socialist. Everyone in that. That's why I don't like politics, because the only people that would get involved with politics are not good people. Even if they start out having, that sense of responsibility, it doesn't matter. It changes them. Yeah, the Muslim guy, the socialist. I was surprised, man. I'm surprised the Jews let the Muslim win. I was really shocked by that. There's a lot of Jews in New York, but it is what it is. The city loves shooting itself in the foot. It loves it. Look at this, right? This is what my city is all about. All right, now composting is mandatory. Okay, composting. I got from the sanitation department a warning summons because I didn't have a compost bin out with my cans. It was only a warning. By the way, right? How much would the real ticket be? This is a warning, not a summons. So anyway, right? So New York City is requiring everybody, all landlords, to have different garbage cans. We all have, every homeowner in the city has to buy special garbage cans from only one company. Now, I wonder how much money, kickbacks, bribes, and just overall corruption is going on. You got to have a garbage can with wheels and the lid stays attached. A million manufacturers for that. One. They want you to buy it from one effing company. You telling me some motherfuckers aren't getting rich off of that? Bullshit. One company's garbage can. I tell you, man, I go back and forth because I love my city. I love Brooklyn. But god damn if there ain't some stupid sons of bitches walking around. And the politicians, I mean, our taxes are one of the highest in America. I don't know, California, New York, that's 1 and 2, right? We have state. Well, first we have federal, of course, then we have state, then we have city, then we have local, and then any way they can separate you from your cash, that's what the city wants to do. You go through a red light, the camera takes a picture, mails you a ticket. You go over the speed limit on the streets, it's 25 miles per hour is the speed limit. And if you go past that, guess what you get in the mail? You get a picture with your license plate and, 60, 80, $100 fine, whatever it is. So I go from just loving my city to sometimes getting really, really disgusted with it. Yeah, but out of 8 million voters in New York, only 400K voted in the primary. Something's wrong. Yeah, they don't give a shit. Are you going to be one of the many tens of thousands that leave New York? I shall not. But right now, I will never leave Brooklyn. Notice I never say New York. I say Brooklyn. Because New York sucks, but Brooklyn's great. See? Brooklyn. I will always have this home and I will always have a place to come home from my travels. I do miss New York when I'm not here. Especially the food, man. Can't get food like you can in New York City. That's, you know. But I mean, the thing is now that I eat healthier, I mostly cook anyway. But I do like the fact that, you know what I love about New York City? The fact that I can pretty much get anything and get it within the hour if it's that important to me. Whether that be food, a gadget, whatever. I can have I can have it delivered to my door within the hour. Now, I'm not saying I take advantage of that a lot. I just like knowing it's there. A Yankee and Giants ball cap and leave. I believe me, my Yankee cap is coming with me. I don't have a Giants one, but I should. Don't you get charged just to drive through New York City? Yes, Tim. That is called congestion pricing. It could cost you $20 to go try to drive Midtown Manhattan. It's insane. They just print money. And here's the thing: they're taking all this money, all of these taxes, and then it's not safe. Every day, people getting killed on the subway, in the streets, and the official smell of New York City is marijuana. It's everywhere. Hello, Mars. How you doing, Mars? It's been a while. I hope you're doing awesome. So yeah, I mean, New York City looks to extract every penny out of the purse, turn them upside down, make sure every pocket's empty. If you have an extra quarter at the end of the month, they want it. So that aspect I hate, and I hate the over liberalism. Man, I remember when I was in college, and my college was in Manhattan, and I was in this political science class, and I was arguing with the professor. This was the first mayor race between Rudy Giuliani and David Dinkins, right? So going around, oh, who do you think's going to win and why? And I got into an argument with the professor. Well, he got into an argument with me because he didn't like what I said. I had said that David Dinkins would win because New York doesn't want to look racist, so they rather put an incompetent person in the mayor's position. What happened? David Dinkins won and is pretty much accepted as one of the most terrible mayors in New York City's history. After that, Giuliani got elected, and he did clean. I know he's a crazy son of a bitch now, but he really did clean up New York City. So for that, I appreciate him. But other than that, he's a bit fucking nuts. Hey, Scoot. Welcome to the program. So, yeah, as far as like, I don't follow politics because I hate politics. I know you have to be like, kind of aware of what's going on, but you don't need to be all in depth. I don't want no part of it. It's not enjoyable to me. that's the other thing I love about being retired is I have the time now to research things that I'm actually interested in. And it turns out, and I'm glad about it, that I have a healthy appetite to learn new things. Um, So yeah, I mean that's my thoughts on New York. I'll Chances are I'll always be here. You know, till I'm dead. But until then, I think I'll always keep this. See, I'm just, I'm gonna slow travel, keep this place because I do plan to be here. I haven't worked out the numbers in terms of how many months do I want to live abroad or live at home, but I just figure that'll work itself out. Because I'll tell you, like when I did my trips to, like, say, Philippines, because Philippines, I'll use that example because that was the longest amount of time that I could travel there at the time. I was working, and I used to get 3 weeks off. So I mean that was it. It was limited. Now that I'm able to, spend money. But the point I was going to say is, like, after 3 weeks, I was ready to get home. Even if I loved the trip, I was ready. You know, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll just go chill out a month somewhere. If I like it, maybe re up for another month or head back. But I'm thinking more along the lines of like snowbirdish. Doing the snowbird thing. When it's freezing in New York, get out of Dodge, man. Go someplace hot. You know. And I'll tell you something else. The middle of summer here can be pretty brutal also. I mean, we just had those 4 days of 100-degree weather. It was like 70, 80% humidity. It was, oh, disgusting. I mean, on the other hand, that's actually one of the things I like is that New York has all the seasons. Sometimes you get sick of a particular season. I usually get sick of the cold more than the summer, but it can get too hot too. Busy in life with the store. How's the business going, Mars? You surviving? No, sorry, stores are very difficult to make any money anyway. I find that I can only do a 3 week vacation or less. Yeah. Well, now for you, Tim, you know, Philippines is your home now. I'm actually curious to see, how long I can actually stay away. Experiment. Yeah, I'm doing the pineapple shirt experiment, and then I'm going to experiment to see how long I can be away from New York and still be happy. And I do like that. I'm going to be bringing the habit of walking and exercise. I'll have something to get me started in those countries. I want to do the Japan, Thailand. I really want to go back to Colombia, man. I loved Colombia. I want to spend at least 2 months in Colombia, and I'm gonna take a college course. I'm gonna take Spanish to learn to speak better Spanish. That's my plan. See, but I really want to learn Spanish because I like Spanish people. So might be useful, especially if I'm visiting their countries. Because I do want to go to Panama also, Central America, and back to Colombia. So many places I want to see. I'm not everybody, not everybody, but a lot of the guys all they talk about is Philippines and everything. I've been there twice. I like it. I'm gonna be back. I just want to see, more of the world before I go back. And I think when I do go back, it'll be that kind of trip. It'll be, a 2, 3, 4 monther. Won't be just 3 weeks anymore. Like I said, if it gets that bad, then I just go home. What the hell? Yeah, I think of this new feature where they got the comments on the screen. I find I'm not even like reading that off the screen. I'm still reading it from the other thing. Let's see what else I got. Yeah, so that's about that. Well, wow, you know what? I almost did an hour. That's crazy. But yeah, so I guess this is where I'll end it. Go spend. Scoot likes to tell me to go to the Middle East, and I'm never going to the Middle East. I have no interest in the Middle East. I don't like warring countries. I don't like crazy religious countries. Have you canvas YouTube what bloggers living in Colombia? No, Tim. I'm specifically not. I'm specific. I've seen uh, different vloggers vlog from Colombia, but no, I don't follow any specific one. A lot of the times I've seen Colombia was like the travel guys. Like I watch a guy named Kurt Kaz. I think he's a South African guy, big tall white dude, and he goes to like all these different countries. He's been to Colombia. I've seen some of his. I see this other guy, Ace. But they're not like just exclusively Colombian content. They go to different places, and I watch those kind of vloggers if I watch that kind of stuff at all. What do I even watch on YouTube anymore? I've been watching, believe it or not, I watch some farming videos. Actually, I watch an American farmer who's like 2.5 hours from my front door. I could drive there. I really enjoy his videos, and then I just use the stuff to like learn stuff. Like for a little while there, I was getting on a kick where I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn men's fashion, so I went down a nice long rabbit hole on YouTube with men's fashion. You know what the number one men's fashion faux pas is? Number one, faux pas. What men get wrong in fashion, number one, coming in at number one, is we wear oversized clothes. I mean, when I was big, I wanted my clothes bigger. Now that I'm smaller, I still want it bigger. But they're saying that you got to wear the right size clothing to have a chance to look good. They said that's the number one thing that men screw up is ill-fitting clothes. So guys, make sure you buy clothes that fit properly. Don't go, oh, I like my shirts big. By the way, you see this shirt? This shirt is $2. No, it wasn't $2. It was $2.99. Let me be honest. It was $3. And I washed it once, and by the looks of it, it's got one more wash in it. After this thing's gonna disintegrate in the washing machine. Now Middle East, they are fighting. They sure are. Oh, Tim, you heading out? Thanks for stopping by, Tim. I appreciate you. Actually, guys, I appreciate everybody that stopped by to say hello this evening. This evening for me, some of you would stay. So I appreciate it, and I'm not going to keep anybody. Scott, I really, really hate jeans. I own them, yeah, but I am not a jeans guy. Damn, jeans are terrible. They really are. I own two pairs of jeans, one blue and one black, but I don't like them. I've been buying. Well, I just bought a khaki. I have a couple chinos, and I have what they call travel jeans. I don't know why they're called travel jeans. I mean, they're real comfortable, but don't wear clothes that are tight fitting either. Scoot will take it. Yeah, guys. Unless you want to turn Scooby on, don't wear your clothes too tight. No, but like it takes time for me to get used to not wearing like super oversized clothing because that's how I always liked it. But now I'm just trying to go, even like just something that fits right. I feel like, oh my god, this is so constricting. And then I look at it, it's like I look at the mirror and I'm like, no, I mean the shirt fits perfectly. It's just my head telling me that it's too constricting. That's when you got to do the mind job on yourself. But anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody stopping in tonight. Don't be a stranger. I did this just to say hi to my old friends. So I appreciate everybody who came. Have a good day, folks in the Philippines, folks in America. Have a good night. I'm going to go binge Squid Games. All right. Take care, everybody.